Good afternoon. Welcome to Leckwith. Welcome to Cardiff City TV. And of course, welcome to the South Wales derby. Darren Pearce's side up against Swansea City this afternoon from the Cardiff International Sports Stadium. Two sides are out on the pitch, so we will run you through the team news, starting of course with Cardiff City. In goal, number 1 is Matthew Turner. Number 2 at right back, Joe Semenyo. Number 3 at left back is Joel Bagan. Number 4, Sebastian Christensen. Number 5 and captain is Xavier Benjamin. Number 6 in midfield is Cameron Antwi. On the one flank is number 7, Ollie Tanner. Back in central midfield, number 8 is Joel Colwell. Up front, number 9, James Kroll. Number 10 is Jack Lee. And number 11 is Caleb Hughes. On the bench for City, number 12, Isaac Jeffries. Number 13, substitute goalkeeper Jacob Dennis. Number 14, goal scorer last week is Tom Davis. Number 15, Raheem Conte. And number 16 is Morgan Wigley. For Swansea then, in goal, number 1, Remy Mitchell. Number 2, Joe Thomas. Number 3 was Siri Williams. Number 4, Azine Abdullahi. Number 5 and captain is Brandon Cooper. Number 6, Nathaniel Ogbeta. Number 7, Terrell Whitaker. Number 8 is Joel Cottrell. Number 9, Josh Thomas. Number 10 is Ben Lloyd. And number 11 is Lincoln McFadden. Well, City back here at home after last weekend's 2-1 win against Reading. Goals from Tom Davis and Jack Lee gave the Bluebirds 3 points on that occasion. Be looking to make it 2 wins from 2 this afternoon against the Swansea side, who have won 2, lost 2 and drawn 1 of their first 5 fixtures. Off we go then. Lee gets us underway here at Leckwith. Straight out for a goal kick then to Swansea. Start for City, a bit nervy at the back. The Swans a minute or so into this one. And towards the right to Semenyo, who had such a good game against Reading last time out here. But Pearce's side linked up really well with Kroll and co on that right hand side. Solid defensively as well. Ball out wide to McFadden, comes inside. Benjamin does well though, again another consistent performer in this City side since arriving at the club in the summer, wearing the captain's armband, number 5 Xavier Benjamin. Showed his strength there as well against Joel Cottrell. I'm joined this afternoon by Sam Roberts. Sam, mixed results for Darren Pearce's side so far, but as we said last week, it doesn't really matter about results at this stage, all about development, but you'd love to get a win in this fixture, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you can talk all about what you want about development, and realistically, what you've just said there is spot on when it comes to under 18s, under 21s football.
By Mr. Roberts to my right. Good break from Cardiff. We saw that again a couple of times last time out against Reading. And it's Ollie Tanner. Hasn't played a lot of competitive football in recent weeks, but just wide of that post, clipping it on the way through, I think. A bright start, a positive start for Darren Pearce's side here at Leckwith. Joel Bagan here over this throw. Nice to see him back out there. Again, of course, someone who hasn't had too many first team minutes at the start of the season.
No, he's showed a lot of improvement in the last few seasons. Joel, second half of last season, especially during the first team, 3 goals in 3 games, really impressive outing. And he'll have wanted to have a bit more of an opportunity in the first team. Sadly, when that came against Bristol City after that terrible injury to JC, he got a concussion himself, and it meant the Bluebirds were forced to go and recruit. And when Niels is in the form he is, like he was on Saturday, it means that Joel isn't getting the minutes he probably quite deserves. And again, he'll see this as an opportunity to go out there, make a point to Darren Pearce and Matthew Bloxham, and of course Mark Hudson.
Good run by Thomas. A good foot in by Colwell. Wow, the referee thinks otherwise. Josh Thomas down that right-hand side for Swansea. He's tracked well by Sebastian Christensen, a new arrival in Cardiff City's under-21 squad earlier in the season from Everton. It's a very physically imposing back two of Christensen and Benjamin. Big aerial presence, and we've seen that not only from a defensive standpoint but also going forward. Xavier Benjamin scoring that winner against Wigan a couple of weeks ago in the last few minutes of that game with his head, so that's something to keep an eye on when Cardiff City get set pieces. For now they have to defend one. It's Cotterill standing over this free kick for Swansea. Good delivery, free header for Wasiri Williams, but over the bar it goes.
Yeah, this could be 1-1 corner. It's a good chance at one end for the Bluebirds, and Swansea have a free header at the other end, and thankfully he can get it on target on this occasion.
Nice ball from Christensen into Lee. Tireless performance against Reading. Last time out, the press was relentless from Jack Lee. Slightly tired towards the end of the game, but understandably so. Excellent shift and got a goal for all his hard work. The winner in that 2-1 victory 7 days ago. But over the bar it goes.
Yeah, this could be 1-1 corner. It's a good chance at one end for the Bluebirds. And
good delivery, free header for Wasiri Williams, but over the bar it goes.
Yeah, this could be 1-1 corner. It's a good chance at one end for the Bluebirds, and Swansea have a free header.
We've had a couple of questions about formation in this game. And it looks to me like a 4-2-3-1 with Antwi and Joel Colwell sitting in midfield. Jack Lee at the top of that, leading the press, flanked by Hughes and Tanner, and Kroll playing as that lone striker. Clear offside there. McFadden puts it into the back of the net. Well held line there by the Bluebirds defence. Flanked I think there's certainly pace to burn out wide, Sam, and Tanner and
Kroll
Hughes,
playing
and
as
a lot of
alley.
creativity through the middle with Lee.
Striker.
Yeah, absolutely, and
Offside
that's
there.
what we want to see from these
Fake
players
puts
out there
into the
today,
back of the
especially
net.
like the likes of Tanner. People will be watching in on YouTube, and there is actually a decent crowd here in Leckwith too, and they'll be hoping to see something special from the likes of him today. But as we said before, you look at the other people around him. Jack Leake, nice creative player, did really well in pre-season for the first team squad. James Kroll scored goals. Joe Colwill has been living up to that family name. So yeah, there's a nice balance out there for City this afternoon.
Nice move again down this right-hand side for the Swans. Colwill across to defend. Cottrell to Williams. Abdullah's a heavy touch, and this is where City are dangerous if they can break. Comes back to the visitors though. Chance for McFadden.
Oh, it's a good chance. He should be burying that one, Connor. It's a massive let-off for Darren Purse's side. He's clear one-on-one with a keeper, and he's just got to slide it beyond him, and he's got it all wrong, sliding it wide.
Yeah, a little bit sloppy in transition there. City win the ball back, but then can't keep hold of it, and there's a bit too much space for Swansea to operate in.
City are dangerous if they can break.
Drags that effort wide of
Back to the
goal.
visitors,
McLaden
chance for
with the left
McFadden.
foot should
Oh,
do
it's a
better.
good chance.
Thankfully for Cardiff City, he doesn't.
Burying that one, Connor.
And here's
It's a
Antwi.
massive let-off for Darren
Great ball
Purse's
in
side.
behind for Kroll. Through on goal, flag stays down. James Kroll, big opportunity.
There it
1-0.
is. And he makes no mistake. So it should be 1-0 at the other end. City have punished their rivals. It's a brilliant finish from Kroll. He's so composed. I had no doubt he was going to finish that, or at least test the keeper unlike his opposite number, and he did just that. It's a brilliant finish, and City won up.
Well, credit to the ball as well from
Back,
Antwi.
but then can't keep hold of it, and there's a
Patient
bit
build up
too much
again
space
from
for
the
Swansea to
Bluebirds.
operate in.
Those short goal kicks really paying off.
Drags that effort wide of goal. McLaden with the left foot should do better. Thankfully
Like you
for
say, it's
Cardiff
nice
City,
patient
he
build up.
doesn't.
It's a good interception. The through
Here's
ball's
Antwi.
fantastic.
Great ball in behind
Defence
for
just
Kroll.
caught napping, and Kroll,
Through
you've got to
goal,
give more
flag
credit
stays
in the world.
down,
He had loads
James
of
Kroll,
time, he
big
could have overthought
opportunity,
it.
1-0.
Like we've seen many times from him
And
already.
he makes
He's a promising
no
young
mistake. So it should be 1-0 at the other end. City have punished their rivals.
Interesting
It's a brilliant
way
finish
to
from
defend
Kroll.
against
He's
this
so
Cardiff City
composed.
front
I
three.
had
We just
no
talked
doubt
about
he
the
was gonna
pace.
finish
It's a
that, or at
very,
least
very
test
high
the
line.
keeper unlike his
And no
opposite
surprise that Kroll was able to get in behind, clear of his man, and open the scoring.
And Darren Purse will be delighted with that one. It's a City taking their chances where others aren't.
Just expect Swansea to try and keep their foot on the ball now, try and take the sting out of it. Ben Lloyd, talented player on this left-hand side. McFadden had that one good chance already, just moments ago. Good pressure from Tanner. And it goes for a Swansea throw-in. 12 minutes gone. The Bluebirds have the lead here at Leckwith. James Kroll with it. One of those players bearing down on goal. You put your money on him to finish it off, and he certainly did into that top corner.
Just while he was running with it, there was no hesitation, no panic. It was, I'm through on goal here and I've got a good opportunity, and he buried it.
Whittaker forced to go back to Williams. Now into Ogbeta. Good covering there from Caleb Hughes, helping out Semenyo on the right flank. initially. Again, City can't keep hold of it. Lee concedes the foul, but good defensive shape. Colwell almost won it back, popped out to try and make that pressure. Turnover possession. And through it goes to Turner in the City goal. Fater. Referee plays advantage. That little trip on Cooper, but Swansea trying to play forward into midfield, and they do that with Lloyd. Faden, a bit of space out wide. Appeals for offside ignored. Into the box goes Faden. Good ball across.
He's taking it away from his own man there. Again, it's another let off for City. We've got to be happy with that, but we can't keep giving this Swansea City side opportunities.
And it's Joe Thomas unmarked at the back post.
It is, and Whittaker's just taking it off his toe.
Right back in acres of space, just setting himself up for the shot, but the ball never arrives. Again, questions asked by the Bluebirds' defence. Offside in the initial phase from Faden. Plenty of chances in this one for both teams. 15 minutes gone. Ollie Tanner's hit the post. James Kroll scored. 2 big chances for Swansea as well. Let's hope to see a lot of goals this afternoon, Sam, but let's hope that the boys in blue are scoring a few more than their opposite numbers.
Certainly, and it will bode very well for us as a club if we can get another win this afternoon. Again, if our record at men's first team level in recent years hasn't been as we'd like against our South Wales opponents, but to go into that having won at under 21, under 18 women's level, just again, it's a nice little story. Adds a little bit of bonus, and then it's up to our lads who are playing so well at the minute to go and add to that, and it would be a nice little pre-Christmas treat for us if we could make it 4 from 4. But we've got to make it 3 from 3 first.
Absolutely excellent performances at under 18s and women's level in recent weeks to win these South Wales derby matches. Let's hope it's Darren Pearce's side who get 3 points today. As we said, been a mixed start to the season for them. 12 points from 7. A couple of good wins against strong sides, and also a couple of defeats where those clean sheets have been hard to come by. I'm sure former Cardiff City captain and of course central defender Pearce will be really hoping for a shutout this afternoon in this derby game. Long it goes up to McFadden. Semenya deals with it. Yeah, as we said, Sam, after that opener, it's Swansea who have had a lot of the ball. Just trying to work things through the thirds.
Yeah, and you can understand it, and they want to get back into this. Oh, we're going to see a yellow?
I think it's for Joel Colwell for that shirt tug. A little bit harsh. 20 minutes into this game. Not as if his man was through on goal.
No, it seemed a bit unnecessary.
Still hasn't actually shown the yellow yet, the referee taking his time with it. There it is. Joel Colwell played really well alongside Cameron Antwi in that midfield pairing in recent weeks. A strong base in defence and also very good on the ball, and breaking through for today, that front three of Tanner, Lee and Kroll. Cottrell whips it in, good header by Bagan. Semenyo gets up. Comes here for Williams, good feet from the centre half. And Joel Bagan shows why he's a first team player in an under-21s game there. Knew that ball had too much on it. Let the man come over the top of him and wins a free kick. Very well defended from Joel.
Yeah, he showed his experience there, and we're very glad to see it. He is offering a lot of calm down that left side. At the minute, it's Tanner down there with him, so it's a nice little bit of experience for us. But you'd expect to see Tanner and Lee maybe switch throughout the game. Obviously, Caleb Hughes up there too.
Yeah, there's danger on both flanks. Particularly, we said about Joel's goal-scoring exploits at first-team level. We know what he can do going forward. Semenyo as well, very lively. This time last week against Reading. Not the pass that Jack Lee was hoping for.
It's good pressure from City though.
A bit sloppy from Swansea. Through again to Kroll. Bit too much on that one. Can he make it work though? The striker,
that's a penalty.
Brought down by Remy Mitchell.
The keeper, I think, has been incredibly slow to come out to it. Kroll's not given up on it, and because of that, he's got there first. The keeper, as he's been so slow, has brought Kroll down, and it's going to be a penalty. I think that all stops if the keeper is quick enough to read the through ball. Kroll, good pressure, mind getting there first.
There's certainly a lot on it.
Different City though.
Bit sloppy from Swansea. Through again to Kroll. Bit too much on that one. Can he make it work though? The striker,
that's a penalty.
brought down by expecting the keeper to go and claim that ball. Brings the striker down, and it's Kroll looking for his second goal of the game here to put the Bluebirds 2-0 up from the penalty spot. Steps up and scores.
And there it is. Yeah, clinical. This lad has enjoyed a fine afternoon so far. It's a penalty he made, and he's buried it.
Steps up and scores.
And there it is.
Yeah, clinical. This lad has enjoyed a fine afternoon so far. It's a penalty he made, and he's buried it.
And the Bluebirds looking by far the more clinical team this afternoon.
So far, Connor, so good. But we've got to keep this level of performance up as well, because we've seen how dangerous Swansea can be. The only thing that we haven't seen from their performance so far has been that finishing touch. Now, hopefully that stays that way, but Darren Purse is going to want his team to keep the pressure on.
Well, we expect more of the same. Swansea on the ball, the Bluebirds in a good shape. You can see that formation very clearly, that 4-2-3-1. Trying to stop Swansea playing through the lines, and that's good from Lee. Neat passing just to move Swansea about there on the turnover. Tanner does well. That's both sides now. We've seen the wingers, Tanner and Hughes, tracking in and helping their fullback in this formation where you do need a little bit of assistance when you're at one-on-one against a winger. Good teamwork all round from Darren Purse's side. Well, that's certainly not 10 yards. Ollie Tanner making that point. Terrell Whittaker preventing the quick free kick. Not once but twice there. Joel Bacon goes forward anyway, looking for Semenyo. Very nearly finding him. Here comes Swansea though. Thomas tries to go to the byline. Christensen lets it bounce. Behind for a corner. Took a little deflection up off Joel Bagan there. Hard for Sebastian Christensen to defend. Safety first. Out of play. And it comes low. Just for Cooper. Handball given against Benjamin, and it's a penalty to Swansea.
Yeah, it's a frustrating one for City. His hands are at his side from what I saw in the initially, but the ref's given it, so Swansea are going to have a chance to get back into this one.
That's a nice little corner routine. Oh, towards the penalty spot.
And it comes low. Just for Cooper. Handball given against Benjamin, and it's a penalty to Swansea.
And for City, Benjamin, who's been penalised. Cotterill to take then, up against Matthew Turner. Another big moment in this game already. 2-0 to City as it stands. Chance here for the visitors to pull one back. In off the post. Cotterill. Good execution. Maybe Benjamin first to that ball. And that is a red card. How silly from the Swansea man. Matthew Turner on the deck. I think it's Josh Thomas, number 9, who's been dismissed. What a stupid thing to do.
In off the post. Cotterill. Good execution. Maybe Benjamin first to that ball. And that is a red card. How silly from the Swansea man. Matthew Turner on the deck. I think it's Josh Thomas, number 9, who's been
Out of City's course in the rest of this game.
Yeah, to get themselves back into the game and then to do something so stupid, it's incredibly naive. But as you said, it's going to benefit the Bluebirds. It's 2-1, but Swansea are down to 10 men now.
Yeah,
and like I said, naive, so naive. You just don't raise your hand to anyone, and not in today's game. I mean, you don't push anyone in the face. It's so daft.
Well, thankfully, Matthew Turner up, having a drink, all okay. It was a good penalty from Joel Cotterill. Fired in off the post to half the deficit. Both teams just having a chat now. There's going to be, I imagine, a tactical readjustment for the visitors. It is an attacker who is being dismissed, so maybe not too much defensive realignment. But it certainly leaves them a little bit short up front. Two captains involved in that penalty incident. Xavier Benjamin and Brandon Cooper just having a chat with the referee. Just asking everyone to calm down a little bit. It's a South Wales derby. I'm not sure you can do that. But of course, no place for red cards like that in the game. Although it has benefited Darren Purce's side midway through this first half. Cardiff City 2, Swansea City 1.
Yeah, these two sets of players are well aware that this is a South Wales derby, as we've just seen. our City still have the advantage, thankfully. And it'll be a bigger task for Swansea City to get back into this one now after losing a man.
Yeah, let's have a look how Swansea's setting up. Well, it's Terrell Whitaker leading the line now for the visitors. A 4-4-1, perhaps. I'll give the Bluebirds a bit more space to move the ball around the back and try and wait for those holes to appear. Cameron Antwi surely fouled that, but nothing given by the referee or the linesman. Here comes Whitaker, drops into space. Nice touch from Kroll, holds it up well.
What?
Ah,
Excuse my outburst, but it's
handball given, I think.
I was going to say, you show us strength, but yeah, if the referees deem that handball, a bit difficult for us here.
Soft either way.
Yeah,
That
very
decision
much so.
on James Kroll. He's not impressed. The 2-goal City striker. Tanner dragged a little bit centrally there, and it's opened up a bit of space on the left. Ball into the box, comes all the way across. Another one that Lincoln McFadden has put wide of goal, Sam.
Yeah, they can't afford to keep missing these opportunities, Swansea, because they're going to be fewer and a little bit more far between.
Tanner dragged a little bit centrally there, and it's opened up a bit of space on the left. Ball into the box, comes all the way across.
Opponents is going to be key now. Still a long way to go in this game. When you've got a player like James Kroll, who, look at that pace, does brilliantly there, the striker.
He's been unlucky there.
Almost did brilliantly, apologies. Thought he'd kept that one out for a throw-in, but that pace in behind, Sam, as I was saying, you're going to have defenders having to turn and go with their runner, and that's going to tie them out with an hour to play with 10 men.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, and like you said, it's a hard task for them to see, it's over an hour and try and find a way back into the game at the same time.
Nice from Hughes. Tanner in a bit of space, but Colwell turns back to Antwi. Here's Bagan advancing. Ball into the box towards Lee. Hughes. Oh, set up lovely for him.
He did, and the temptation was there, just couldn't resist, and I don't blame him at all. You hit that right, and you've just scored a screamer against your rival.
Advancing. Ball into the box towards Lee. Hughes. Oh, set up lovely for him.
He did, and the temptation was there. I've seen him play, the connection between them as well. It's lovely. They clearly like playing with each other. They clearly like what the others brings to the table in terms of that creativity. I think Kroll can see that Lee will get him a lot of goals.
There's Tanner to Hughes. Searching ball, Semenyo does well with that one. Got space in behind if he can go on the run. Look for it, but play switches to the left with Colwell. Confident in each other's abilities. This City side, nice sprayed ball from Benjamin out to Semenyo. Brought it down comfortably. Technically, it's a very good starting 11. And some good quality substitutes as well. Morgan Wigley did really well to assist Jack Lee last week. Scored on Wales under-19's duty as well. A very promising player. I'm sure we'll see him at some point in the second half. Chance here for Tanner, breaking into the box. Got Kroll back post if he can find him. Well held by Remy Mitchell. Maybe needed to go a little earlier, too close to the keeper in the end.
Yeah, I think he could have done with dragging it back a little bit further.
Space out wide here for Swansea, closed off well by Tanner and Bagan. It's down that right hand side where the visitors have looked dangerous, creating chances, and it's been McFadden on this left hand side who's had to try and put them away. Missed 2 so far in this game. It's a Beta. Ball stood up and Turner does well. Still in play. Flick towards goal, but nobody there.
I've got to get it out further than that as well. Oh, a good effort.
Well
really
hit
good effort
by Joel Cottrell. Well held by Matthew Turner. A little moment of panic there. That ball from Ben Lloyd it was. Stood up to the back post. I think it's come off the crossbar in the end. Matthew Turner scrambling to make sure it didn't loop over him and into the net.
Yeah, it's caused a considerable amount of confusion, and again, fair play to Cottrell. He's hit the ball really well, but thankfully Turner's back up, recovered, and he's held it really strongly.
.35 minutes played, 10 to go until the break. Chance here though, McFadden. Well dealt with by Benjamin. Hughes coming into the box and is fouled.
Yeah, he's got
by
away
Ben
with
Lloyd.
it there, I thought. It was a bit cheap.
Then Josh Thomas's red card offence. 10 minutes or so. Caleb Hughes on his feet, which is good to see.
Yeah, he looked a bit nervy for a second there, so I'm glad to see him back up.
Matthew Turner will send this free kick down the pitch. Benjamin turns, bit of space behind him, but plays it safe with that header. All over the top, that's well found. Ben Lloyd in between the two central defenders, but couldn't quite bring it down. Would have had a chance on goal if he could have done.
Yeah, for me, it will be the one thing Darren Purse will be saying to his team at half-time is we need to tighten up a little bit, because despite having one man more, Swansea is still finding space in behind, and if they were a bit more clinical, this would either be level, or I think the away team would be the team in the ascendancy. But we definitely need to strengthen up a little bit in terms of our just giving them far too much space to pick out their passes, and players running in behind. We've got to be so wary of it. It's not coming down that left side of Joel Bagan, it's coming down this right and towards the centre. Just makes me a little nervous, Con.
Yeah, opening up a little bit for the visitors. And at the other end, it's Swansea who seem to have closed their gaps in defence. Here's Lloyd again, growing into this game, finds McFadden at the second attempt. McFadden again, that's going to run for a goal kick. But since going down to 10 men, Swansea defence
shore up a little bit, and attack sometimes is that best form of defence. Is where they've had a lot of success so far this afternoon without being able to find that finishing touch apart from a penalty. And if anything, it has quietened down the home side, whereas we've got those attackers we've spoken about a lot. It's a really exciting front four. Well, we've got to get at them now. We've got to try and punish them when the opportunity comes. And long balls like that, not going to be the way to go about it. Try and play through people like Jack Lee, who's got that creative edge.
Well, Jack Lee just asking Joe Semenya why he hasn't made that run. I think even the pace shown by James Kroll for that penalty, even he would have struggled to make that ball fizzed towards that opposite corner. As McFadden comes inside away from Semenyo. Now looks for the return ball. Benjamin does really well, and Semenyo tidies up. More last-ditch defending from Cardiff City. 5 minutes to go until half-time. Good ball in behind towards Whittaker. Can he pull it back? Colwell.
Really?
Well,
no,
conceded the corner, but did well to get the blocking. You're right, Sam.
Yeah, I thought he'd just about managed to keep that in play, but sadly not.
Just looking at the replay.
Won't be the first contentious decision that the officials have made this afternoon.
Now there's a shove there from Siri Williams on Christensen, just completely in front of the referee. Another daft bit of aggressive play from the Swans this first half, but it was from a corner that the visitors got back into it. I don't think we'll see the same short routine. Jack Lee seeing to that with his position on the edge of the box, so in it goes.
Oh,
and in. It's Williams who scored it, and it's 2-2.
He had a free header earlier in the game, and he's had another one, but this time he's buried it to equalise.
And of course, but as we've been saying, if anything, have looked better since the dismissal of Josh Thomas. 41 minutes played. It's a great game. It's 2-2. Here comes Colwell into Bagan in an advanced position. To Hughes, Semenyo for company, whipped into the box, back out to Joel Bagan. Space left if Antwi can find Tanner, he does. Ollie Tanner, there's that pace we've been talking about. Cuts it back. Wins a corner. No, doesn't win a corner. A goal kick given. Looked a corner from our position. Must have bounced back off Ollie Tanner on that left-hand side. It's one of the first times we've seen City really thread that ball through the Swansea midfield and try and create something since they gained that numerical advantage. To go in this first half. Mitchell sends that free kick long. It bounces. Semenyo wins it though. In pursuit now, but Semenyo does well. Taken away from Hughes by Beta, but out for a Cardiff City throw. Again, just a little moment of panic in defence for City.
Yeah, I'm hoping this equaliser for Swansea will wake us up a little bit, because we haven't shown what we can do since they pulled that first goal back, and since they fell down to 10 men. They've been the better side, and they deservedly levelled the game. I don't think there's any doubt that they deserved it.
Here's Tanner into the box. Ollie Tanner needs a bit of help.
That's another that is another penalty.
Nothing given. That one is.
I think he's fouled there.
We'll wait to see it. Great ball from Hughes in the first place to find. That's certainly fair to say.
We've seen them given today. But yeah, another decision for the referee to make this time, nothing given.
Hughes lets that one run, should have put his foot on it. Antwi does, well, again, Antwi does well, but apparently not, says the referee. It appeared to me that he got a foot on the ball there. Cameron Antwi and the Swansea players turned into him. But again, another free kick given to the visitors. In that type of game, plenty of key decisions already in this South Wales derby. 2 penalties, a red card, 4 goals in an action-packed first half, 30 seconds of which remain. Ball into the box, dealt with by Christensen. Bit of space for Tanner here to run into. He's got Kroll.
If he looks up, you'll see all of Kroll's space, but he hasn't. There we go.
There's James Kroll.
Yeah, just come a little bit too late for him. It's easy for us to say we got a lovely vantage point and we're not out there playing. But yeah, if it come a little bit earlier, Kroll did have a lot of space. And I think he wanted that one-touch hit, which is what he was looking for. But once the touch came in, the ball was taken away from him.
Hughes with the corner delivery over everyone, but Antwi will collect over on the far side. Bagan. Tanner out there for company, and Joel Bagan makes the run. But then it goes to Tanner. Kroll. And a free kick given. Hughes takes the shot on anyway, but a yellow card as well for James Kroll. Rather than Abdullahi, but it's Abdullahi who goes to ground and James Kroll who goes into the book. Another yellow card for the Bluebirds. No indication of how much added time there is at the end of this game. 1 minute over the regulation 45 so far, but there was a bit of stoppage after the red card for the treatment to Matthew Turner, who was smacked in the face by the Swansea striker. Carwell does well, finds Benjamin in space inside the Cardiff City half. Hughes can't bring it under his control. Semenyo does well, gets a foot on that, but it's run through. McFadden off the bar and over the bar.
Wow. If there's an under-21 miss of the season competition, we've just seen it.
Well, that's 3 for Lincoln McFadden. 1 early on, left-footed, dragged wide of goal. Angle for him, almost onto his shin. But a let off for City. In injury time at the end of this first half. 2-2 it is. Again, it's come from Swansea's left-hand side, Sam, as you were saying earlier. A lot of their trouble. McFadden, Beta and Ben Lloyd all working really well on this side. Pass is loose. As we go into the 3rd minute of stoppage time. Lloyd's ball. Christensen, good intervention. And Turner gathers, but I'm sure Darren Purcell will be identifying this flank. Hughes and Semenyo in the last 10 minutes or so have really found it difficult to defend against their opposite numbers, and Swansea have been able to create chances on the left-hand side.
They have too many of them. It's definitely going to be something that Darren Purcell and Matthew Bloxham were discussing at half-time.
Just taking the pace out of this one at the moment, Cardiff City.
Yeah, I think we'll be looking forward to that break. Get in and regroup and discuss what we're going to do second half to use that man advantage.
Lee comes deep. Hughes offside to me there. Yep, flags up. And that is the end of the first half. Well, what a first half it's been. The start for City. James Kroll, 2 goals. Put Darren Purcell's men 2-0 up. But then an incident-packed final 25 minutes of this first half. A penalty. Williams with the equaliser. Finally poised in the South Wales derby here at Leckwith at half-time. Cardiff City 2, Swansea City 2. Well, ready to go back underway for the second half. Cardiff City's under-21 side, 2-2 at the moment in this South Wales derby. James Kroll with an early brace, one from the penalty spot to give Darren Pearce's side the lead. But the visitors hit back with 2 goals of their own in that first period. One again from the penalty spot from Joel Cottrell, a header also from Wasiri Williams. But Swansea, of course, are down to 10 men. Foolish red card from Josh Thomas. It's left us with a very finely balanced second half here at Leckwith. Xavier Benjamin does well there to find Semenyo. Whittaker's offside, and that gives us opportunity just to run through the teams for Cardiff City. Number 1, Matthew Turner. Number 2, Jai Semenyo. Number 3, Joel Bagan. Number 4, Sebastian Christensen. Number 5, and concerningly on the deck, is Xavier Benjamin. Number 6, Cameron Antwi. Number 7 is Ollie Tanner. Number 8 is Joel Colwell. Number 9, 2 goals to his name already, is James Kroll. Number 10, Jack Lee. And number 11, Caleb Hughes. On the bench for City, number 12, Isaac Jeffries. Number 13, goalkeeper Jacob Dennis. Number 14 is Tom Davis. Number 15, Raheem Conte. And number 16, Morgan Wigley. For Swansea then, number 1, Remy Mitchell. Number 2, Joe Thomas. Number 3, Wasiri Williams. Number 4, Azim Abdullahi. Number 5 and captain, Brandon Cooper. Number 6 is Nathaniel Ogbeta. Number 7, Terrell Whittaker. Number 8, Joel Cottrell. Number 9 was Josh Thomas. He was sent off in that first half. So number 10 is Ben Lloyd. Number 11, Lincoln McFadden. Nice ball forward from Colwell. Lee can't quite push that on to Hughes, nor bring that one under his control. Cooper striding into midfield, ball out wide towards Lloyd. And that cross in wins Swansea City a corner.
Yeah, they've come out again, the better of the two sides. I think they've again, just from a City standpoint, we need to get a bit more of a handle on this game and try and bring our attacking players into it. Even Jack Lee, so composed on the ball, normally wasting opportunities there to play his players into space, and we don't want to fall behind against a team of 10 men, especially this team of 10 men.
We've seen Swansea score from 2 corners in this game so far. That's in towards the back post.
And it's a let-off.
Well, Turner did well. The Swansea man threw himself at it. I think it's Wasiri Williams, the goal scorer of their second. Good run round the back, unmarked. Joel Bagan on hand. But yeah, it's Williams who's on the deck at the moment. Bit of an inquest going on between Cardiff City defenders on that penalty spot in preparation for the next set piece that comes their way. Colwell into Tanner, poor touch from him, but he recovers possession. The best ball to Christensen, and that goes out for a throw-in.
Yeah, it's good pressure from the away side, but we just look a bit devoid of ideas at the minute.
It's fizzed into Ollie Tanner by Joel Colwell, but really should have dealt with it. sloppy between Williams and Thomas.
Yeah, the second half hasn't really got going just yet.
Bagan with another throw-in, approaching the halfway line. Colwell, a short option, but long it goes towards Kroll. Cooper gets his head on it. Colwell didn't seem to get a shout there that there was a man behind him. Fortunately, comes for Christensen, but Swansea regained possession. A lot better of getting in there and winning those 50-50s, the visitors, it has to be said. Here's Cottrell, good run this, trying to find Joe Thomas. And that's a corner.
The thing I've been most impressed by Swansea there, like you said, the 50-50 second balls, domination, it's constantly them, constantly with them. And from a Cardiff City standpoint right now, nobody out there demanding the ball when we've got it. All at a throw in there, lack of urgency, need a little bit more from them.
It was something that Colwell and Antwi did really well as a pairing, always available for one another and for their teammates on and off the ball. Last time out against Reading, always the easy option. One of those two players making themselves available. Swansea put that corner to the back post. Williams again.
Scored again.
Well, they're struggling to deal with Rosiri Williams this afternoon.
It's just too easy, and as you said, Williams, he's won three headers in front of goal, and he's done so again, and he's put his team ahead.
Well, bit of assistance for Sebastian Christensen, who's felt the full force of Williams's header there. Not the strongest defending from centre half or goalkeeper, in truth. Let's hope this isn't a serious problem for Sebastian Christensen. But as you say, Sam, Cardiff not looking lively enough at all at the start of this second half. Options on the ball, strong in those 50-50 challenges, and ultimately looking weak at set pieces again.
Yeah, and it's something that I'm sure Darren Purse, who we all know so well from his playing days, will be really disappointed with, because the type of player that I never say die attitude, and a centre-back that very rarely got beaten for power or strength, and he'll be disappointed to see how many times the Williams especially has managed to dominate his team from set pieces this afternoon.
It's one of those things we talk about it at first team level. That Cardiff City team in the last 2 years or so, Morrison, Flint, Kiefer Moore, Marlon Pack, there are big bodies in there, and sometimes it is just difficult to defend against. And at this level that seems to be the case with Williams. He's just an aerial presence that nobody in this City side, it looks, has the height or the power to deal with.
No, but again, you've got to find a way to win in football, and while this is development level, you've got to use that as to your advantage. So when you do get to first team level, you've got that experience, and it's a test to overcome. And if they don't, they probably won't get back into this game. It's an early 4 as well.
Quickly retaken by Turner, keen to get his side playing and out of their own half. That's what Joel Bagan looks to do as well, but it's not found its way to Hughes. Gently up, needing that press, but Swansea playing out. Bit of space here for Antwi. Xavier Benjamin just asking the question, who wants that ball? Not a lot on for him, and it's given away. And then force long. That midfield area may just need changing. We saw Morgan Wigley last week provide that spark. Perhaps he'll be one to enter the fray not before long. It's Christensen out to Bagan. Tanner again into Joel Bagan. Dispossessed, and here's Ben Lloyd. Williams into Whitaker. A little bit sloppy there, and Tanner goes safely back to Turner.
But again, who's demanding the ball?
Yeah, I'd like to see a bit more on this left-hand side from City. Two first-team players in Bagan and Tanner. It's given away by Christensen again. Sloppy, but Lee leading the press. Just the wrong side there. Joel Bagan. Azim Abdullahi bursting forward. And it's been a very professional performance from Swansea City in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
Yeah, ever since falling behind, they have been professional. Probably the best way to describe it. They've been so confident. They've been so assured on the ball, and they've caused Cardiff City nothing but problems. And it's the reason they have managed, with a one-man less, to take a lead with a little over 30 minutes to go.
Cottrell and Ben Lloyd standing over it. Two dangerous players for the visitors. A goal for one from the penalty spot in that first half. Will be Lloyd to whip it in. Tanner does well to see that one out for a throw. Good running behind. Benjamin does well. Faden again and caused problems in that first half. Just a little bit too easy for Swansea to play through the lines there.
Found space throughout, and it's frustrating from a Cardiff City standpoint that we've not managed to get at them. Even that press that we saw a couple of minutes ago, it's great that we're pressing them in defence, but when four men are buckling themselves forward, and all of a sudden they've got four men less to beat when they manage to play around them quite comfortably.
No pressure on the ball there. So Abdullahi has a go. Two changes incoming for City. The first of which will be Tom Davis for Joel Bagan. That's a straight swap at left back. And the second is Caleb Hughes. Hasn't had the most impactful game on that side. Worked hard and helped Jose Menu out. On comes Raheem Conte, another summer signing. Looks that Ollie Tanner has gone over to play on the right, so this is a new left side for City. Davis and Conte on for Bagan and Hughes.
Let's see if our two newbies can offer that little bit of urgency we're lacking so far.
Well, Tom Davis was amongst the goals last time out. Got the opener against Reading from a very close range position. Tucked it home really nicely. Here's Conte. Hasn't had, again, too much game time. That's a strong tackle on him. And a late call for a free kick from the referee. But a player with a lot of talent.
Again, it's the type of fixture where you come on and you make a difference and you make a real impact, and you can make a little bit of a name for yourself with the South Wales community.
Dangerous area then. Approaching the hour mark, Ollie Tanner has got options in the box from this free kick. Ball in, met by Benjamin. And he's appealing for something. Most likely a corner, but nothing given. Up against Williams, it's out for a goal kick.
He looked offside to me. I thought he'd gone a second or two too early.
Fortunate there from Mitchell, not the best kick. It's found Whitaker. Christensen back to Turner. There's Lee making that run, that's what we've been looking for. Someone coming in and looking for that ball, but instead down the line it goes. And Swansea, you wouldn't think they're a man down, would you, Sam?
No. They have been so controlled in possession. We've got 29 minutes to hold on, and it is up to us to put them under pressure now.
I wonder if a change in shape, perhaps, or a few more personnel changes from the bench to try and mix things up in the last half hour of this one. But as you say, as it stands, Swansea comfortable with a 3-2 lead. Come from 2-0 down, let's not forget, after a very, very quick Cardiff City start. We talked about that high line that Swansea were playing, and James Kroll made that very light work for himself. That seems to have disappeared in the remainder of this game. Swansea not giving the Bluebirds the space that they did in the opening 10-15 minutes, and playing comfortably with it in their own half.
They've adapted to the game and shut up shop superbly once they did go 2 goals behind, and that's what I'd like to see more of from a Cardiff City standpoint.
Another chance here, a bit of space for Thomas to shoot.
Good work from Tom Davis.
Out for a corner, a good block for the young left back. Again, breaking quickly down that right, and then the danger is that the bodies are there for Swansea City. Despite being a man down, they've got a bit of an overlap. And it goes again towards that back post. Semenyo gets his head on it, and Benjamin wins the battle with Cooper. Turn a throw in. A good contest between those two at both ends of the pitch. Looks like another change or two in the offing for the Bluebirds. Jeffries and Wigley getting ready. Kroll trying to flick that forward, but to nobody.
Well done, Joel Colwell.
That's what he's brilliant at. Joel Colwell breaking play up. Davis now with a chance to cross. Out to Lee, but it's cleared away. Can Colwell do it again? Oh, inches away from tapping that on to Tom Davis. Got to avoid that break now. Christensen does well. Again, good from Colwell. Leahy in space this time. Should have held on to that ball.
He's offside. Yeah.
Conte offside from the first and offside from that second ball. Tanner tried to give it. Tom Davis here clutching his ankle.
Yeah, he was incredibly brave in stopping the ball and putting City forward, but he's taken a hell of a whack for it.
Matt Turner, goalkeeper for the Bluebirds, is also down. Looks a little bit more like he's having a rest rather than needing any treatment, but
Yeah, maybe
still a bit of a concern at this stage.
frustration maybe for him in conceding those 3 goals. I mean, the penalty, it's a lottery, it's a 50-50. And it's always in, well, it's not a 50-50, quite frankly, it's always in favour of the striker when it comes to spot kicks. But after that, he maybe could have done better for their third, second. He needs a bit of help from the defence. But it is frustrating, especially to have that 2-goal lead after 20 minutes. And to see us 3-2 down now.
Well, there was that first Swansea City corner in this second half, which Williams launched himself at. And here's that goal, just climbs higher than Christensen, and there's a bit of a mix-up between Bagan and Turner on that near post.
Showing the strength he'll have developed in non-league football, Williams. And I've been really impressed by him this afternoon. He signed a 1-year contract with Swansea in the summer after a number of years in non-league football, and he's been incredibly impressive for them.
Changes then for Cardiff City. Number 12, Isaac Jeffries, is on, as is number 16, Morgan Wigley. Coming off then, number 7, Ollie Tanner, he has departed, as has, I believe, number 4, Sebastian Christensen. So this could, Sam, look like a bit of a change of shape, a centre-half off. I wonder if we'll see Semenyo dropping in, or maybe even it's a back 3. Tom Davis, thankfully, back in the action.
Yeah, he's had some treat. Oh, here we go.
There's a ball through. Chance here. And
It's
it's in.
Great finish.
What an impact from Isaac Jeffries.
He's been on the field for about 40 seconds. First touch, equalizer. Can't fault it, Connor. He's taken it superbly. It's a lovely run and it's a lovely finish. And City have made it 3-0.
Well, you see that sometimes with substitutes who come on and get that chance and they're just not quite fresh into the game. No problem there for Isaac Jeffries.
He's taken it superbly as well, because it's come to him very quickly, but no hesitation.
That long ball, it's Colwell and Lee again at the heart of it. They've been impressive in the last 5 or so minutes. Great touch into the box. Look up. Isaac Jeffries levels the score once again. 3-3 in the South Wales derby. What a game we have on our hands now. And for all that the visitors have looked dominant in this second half, back to where we started.
Back to where we started, all level. I'll take that right at this minute. I didn't think we'd find a way back into it, so I'm delighted with that. Let's see if we can go and get this winner.
Well, in the meantime, as we were discussing just before, Isaac Jeffries caught us by surprise and put that one in the back of the net. The shape here for City, I think it's a back 3 of Davis, Benjamin and Semenyo, with Conte and Jeffries playing as wing backs, which gives you a midfield 2 of Colwell and Lee, Wigley and Kroll. And it's worked wonders. Not entirely sure if the change in shape has directly led to that goal, but
no, but again, Jeffries is out wide on that position and he's run on and taken it superbly, and that has definitely led to the goal. So
that's got to be a free kick to Cardiff City for a bit of obstruction from Abdullahi. Credit to Joel Colwell. We saw him a few minutes prior to that goal, Sam, just moving that ball with a little bit more intensity and a little bit more pace. Yeah. And it was his pass to Lee that then led to that goal.
Absolutely. I think we saw it immediately once this changes started, a bit of a change in shape and a bit of a change in attitude, and that's what has got Cardiff City back into this. It's been some good substitutions, and full credit to Darren Pearce for making them, and for the players to come on and make the impact they have.
Davis into Antwi, big job for him now, sitting in midfield. Jeffries looking for Wigley. A little bit too much on that one, but there's certainly been a change in intensity from Cardiff City. Bit of dynamism going forward now in these last final few minutes after Swansea, in truth, controlled that second half far too easily. They've had a good middle period of the game, Swansea City, but let's hope that Cardiff can turn the tide, get back in front, close this game out.
Yeah, you'd have taken the Cardiff performance from going 2-0 up. Swansea were playing quite well, but City were clinical in the 2 goals they scored. But since that penalty, going down to 10 men, Swansea have been by far the stronger team, but the changes have really made an impact on this game, and it's really good from a Cardiff City standpoint to see so. For us to be level as well going into that final 20 minutes with that extra man, it's going to be a colossal effort from Swansea to hold out, but we're going to have to go for it as well, because people are going to see the result. They're going to see Swansea going down to 10 men after 24 minutes, I believe it was, and they're going to expect Cardiff to come away with the victory and taken advantage of the extra man, and hopefully we'll still find time to do that.
Those changes as well, particularly in wide areas, a little bit of energy up against some tired defenders who have worked really hard. A man down, of course, let down by their teammate Josh Thomas. Press from Cardiff may just intensify, but Swansea able to play out there. It's Cooper. Space for McFadden out on the left. He's got Lloyd in support. This is what we saw after those two Cardiff City goals. Swansea just slowing things down again.
Yeah, and I think they'll have to. I think, again, they've played so well and moved the ball so well, despite having one man less for most of this game. But it will have tired on them, and it will have made a difference. And City bringing on fresh legs who really want to get on there and make an impact, as we've seen so far already from Isaac Jeffries. They're going to have to try and keep the pace a little bit slower and then take their opportunities if they come their way.
Whittaker tries to turn into Benjamin. No way through for him. Antwi does the same with Ben Lloyd, and it's the Swansea man in possession off the post. Not cleared away properly. Can Davis put this one out a little bit further up the pitch? He can, but that dropped nicely for Ben Lloyd, and it's a good chance to put Swansea back in the lead. Thankfully, not taken.
Yeah, he's hit it really well, but for me, Antwi's just got to get rid of it. You can't be doing stuff like that anywhere near your box. He's robbed by Lloyd, who's done really well to make some space. The lovely left-footed drive, and thankfully it comes out off the post into safety.
Xavier Benjamin just got a little touch on it, carried it up and away from Turner, and thankfully onto the post rather than into the net.
There's a time for old school defending and getting rid of it, and that, in my opinion, was the time for it.
Sloppy there from Swansea, and Wigley does well. Looking for a free kick he doesn't get, but City's still on the ball. That one certainly is. Two hands on Joel Colwill. Spoke about Morgan Wigley earlier and the impact he's had in recent weeks. A man in fine form across all age groups at this club. Antwi looking for a bit of help in possession. Semenyo to the goal scorer Jeffries. Conte in a bit of space on this left hand side. What you do lose with this formation, Sam, is Tom Davis's explosive ability on the overlap. He's playing in that defensive three, good on the ball, good defender, but you don't have his pace out wide that we've seen in recent weeks.
No, it's going to mean needing more from those that are further forward. But you can understand it with Christensen struggling, that Tom's going to have to fill in there and be that man now that Christensen's gone off, and we know how good he is defensively. So
Lee does well to pick up that loose ball, and it would have gone for a corner. Morgan Wigley doing well. The referee wants that throw-in retaken for not being far enough up the pitch, apparently, which I don't think I've ever seen before.
No, we'll take it though. Cheers, ref.
Semenyo with the ball in hand. Options in the box. I wouldn't really fancy too many City players to win an aerial battle there. Ball from Davis, the space for Jeffries, but Kroll should have left it. Probably didn't get the call with the space in behind. Tried to flick that one on. Again, it's just experience playing in these games, learning those things. Something that James Crowell will pick up on and learn from in future weeks. Antwi first to that ball again. Important role for him in the final 15 minutes. So Thomas with the throw in for Swansea. Whittaker. Jeffries puts a foot in, but it's fallen for Lloyd inside the box. Chance, great defending from Conte.
Massive.
Had to get there first and did.
It's a massive interception, that. It's a tap in if he doesn't get there, but I think he's done incredibly. Been really impressed by his energy since he's come on.
So shirt tug on our number 15, who, well, to my knowledge, operates more as a central midfielder than a wide player, but he's put in a good shift since he's come onto the pitch. Again, we just saw defensively what he can do, but also trying to look to stretch this Swansea defence. Again, sloppy, and just thinking, Sam, and a bit of credit to the Swansea side. We talked about the changes that have affected this game for Cardiff City. None made yet,
No.
to my knowledge, by the visitors. With 10 men, these players have put in an extraordinary shift.
They really have. And if they come away from this game with nothing, they'll be incredibly disappointed. But yeah,
Well, Williams has...
he tried to attack Crowell, and
Yeah.
Crowell's it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
James Crowell on a yellow card here.
It's brave.
Well, Williams has gone for Crowell and tried to pull round him. From what I saw.
Yeah, Crowell's just
Bit of a WWE move, Sam. Hopefully this doesn't end in another yellow.
Trouble.
It's all a little bit too silly, if anything.
It was, yeah, absolutely. But in those situations, the referee is inclined regularly to book both of them, and if he does, that means a lot of trouble for us.
I think, thankfully, this one is so far off the ball and so needless
And
that the referee's just told them both to get on with it and cut it out. If that had been in live play, let's say, or on the transition, and someone's pulled the other down, then I think you're talking a yellow card. But
I don't actually think he's seen it as well.
no, linesman not on that side of the pitch either to help out. So maybe James Crowell's got away with one there. What it has done is add another minute or so to injury time, which I suppose can only help Cardiff with their numerical advantage. Lee.
Ref pulled it back, thankfully, for an earlier foul, but he's got to put his foot in there, Jack.
Well, that should be a yellow for Abdullahi, just as Xavier Benjamin goes to take that free kick. He's taken a swipe at the ball and caught the defender's hand, really. As you say, Sam, pulled back for an earlier offence. It's getting a little bit tasty out there again, as it was in the first half of this derby. Semenyo finding Kroll, tight angle. James Kroll, good shot, good save from the goalkeeper Mitchell. First time we've seen him in behind with a shooting chance in the second half. Mitchell's kick isn't the best, more up than out. Wigley gets a valuable touch on it. Colwell uncharacteristically
So much
loses
space
possession.
here.
Chance for Lloyd.
Oh, that's a
Great
good
save from Turner. He's got his side out of trouble there, Matthew Turner. 10 minutes to go, end-to-end stuff now at Leckwith. Cardiff City 3, Swansea City 3. Ball over the top looking for Jeffries. The goalkeeper under a bit of pressure, but he deals with it well. It's Wigley on the deck, nothing given by the referee. And Kroll now tracking back, did well. Wins the throw. Big save from Matthew Turner, Sam.
Oh, huge. And I think he's done incredibly well there. He's not slashed at it. He's taken his time, and he's got down low, and he's got a really good touch on it. It's a massive save for us.
There's that earlier chance from James Kroll. Angle always against him, but
Joe
forced the
Crowell
keeper
can't be
into a
losing the
save.
ball there, though.
You said about the Swansea keeper being a bit slow off his line for the Cardiff City penalty. The opposite there, Turner.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right up on the play. Made himself big. Good stop. Swansea City throw in on halfway.
Nice.
Wigley does well.
Does really well.
Great ball to Kroll. He's got Williams for company. Is it going to fall for Conte? It's not. Should have held things up there. James Kroll. Support was arriving slowly. Benjamin's got to make this ball. That went for a throw. Good work from Wigley though. Played that nicely over the top to Kroll again. Second time in a couple of minutes. That angle not quite in his favour. Tried that shot on the first instance. Right to do so. That time probably should have held on to it. Colwell looking for Conte. That's come off.
Nah, he's unlucky.
It took a touch off somebody. Out for a goal kick. At the end. Taking his time here, Remy Mitchell. Couple of seconds off the clock. The Swansea keeper straight out onto the boot of Darren Pearce. Nicely tapped down to Raheem Conte. And Cardiff have the ball again.
Percy's still got it, gone.
He's still got it. For last 10 minutes, Sam, they're finally looking like Cardiff for the side with a man advantage in this game, and I'm surprised, as we alluded to earlier, there haven't been any changes from the visitors.
No, absolutely. Does seem very naive to not make those changes, but maybe they think these are the 10 men out there that are given the opportunity of getting something from this game.
Cardiff a lot more alert to second balls, which we mentioned at the start of this half. A lot more options in possession, which we also discussed, and crucially that third goal, Isaac Jeffries making an instant impact to add to James Kroll's first half brace. That's not a foul.
That's a bit more of what I wanted to see. Tom Davis wanting the ball off the goalkeeper immediately, making himself available to it.
Good ball from Wigley. Good tackle again from Williams. That's been impressive for Swansea. That's a sloppy one to give away. The ball had already gone. Abdullah's back heel.
Yeah, Williams down again here. I'm not sure he is going to be able to continue this time. Just a little bit of time wasting there.
Yeah, up on his feet now. The Swansea central defender. And a word with Darren Pearce. James Kroll having a word with Brandon Cooper. Whittaker stumbles and Benjamin does well.
He does really well, actually. 5 minutes. And whatever else added on the referee's going to allow us here. Will we see either side win it?
Yeah, you imagine there'll be a couple of minutes of injury time at the end of this one. A couple of stoppages. Tom Davis impressed since he's come on. Conte back to him and a good ball over the top. Wigley's going to chase it, but Cooper under pressure. Done really well there. Morgan Wigley
really
finds
well.
Kroll. Chance for James Kroll. Pulls it back to Jack Lee. Goes for goal.
Oh,
Lee!
It's a stunner. And it's a beautiful finish from a man who has absolute quality in his boots. It is a brilliant curling effort from the edge of the box to give the Bluebirds the lead once again.
Well, if that's the way it's going to go, what a way to win a derby that would be from Jack Lee. Got that ball out of his feet and you just know he was thinking about the top corner. Could have played it wide. No chance. What a strike from the number 10 and great credit to Morgan Wigley. He chased that long ball, he put Cooper under pressure and he held it back for Kroll. What an effort this is. Based on the last 10 minutes, it's been deserved. City have come back really, really well into this one. A blow to go from 2-0 up to 3-2 down. But credit to Darren Pearce, he's made those changes, not just in personnel, but also in formation. City have looked lively, they've looked dangerous out wide. And you've got those moments of quality, as we've just seen from Jack Lee. 3.5 minutes to go, plus stoppage time. It's Cardiff City 4, Swansea City 3, and here they go again. Wigley. Great turn of pace into the box. Morgan Wigley needs help here. Cuts it back. No one there. Joel Colwell. Well, that's a trip. Well, that's a trip on him. Whether he's looking for it or not doesn't really matter. He's certainly caught. Conte having to come back now. Colwell. What a shift he's put in the centre of the park. Antwi the same.
What a game we've watched today, John. A 4-3 red card.
2 penalties. It's been entertaining, to say the least, and let's just hope it's the Bluebirds who can hold on for victory. It's been end-to-end. We've seen both sides have periods of dominance. We've seen both sides look weak in certain areas as well, but we've had goals, we've had drama. Classic South Wales derby.
Everything you want from this game. Mostly Cardiff City being ahead, of course.
Still 2 minutes to go. And who knows what could happen the way that this game's gone. A foul there on Cottrell. It was a nervy finish last week. 2-1 against a side who had had their striker sent off in Reading. Pretty similar conditions here as we enter the final minute. Free kick to Swansea, launched in there. Turner's come for it, claims it. Really good goalkeeping, really, really good goalkeeping.
Let his teammates around him know he wanted that and it was his ball and he got there. That's what you need when you're trying to hold out on a very narrow scoreline.
Not a great delivery, has to be said. Straight down the middle.
Yeah, but we're being nice to Turners.
Still has to come and claim it and make it his, and that's what Matt Turner did really well. Cooper sends it wide, too much on it from McFadden. 10 seconds of regulation time to go. Get the stopwatch out for injury time. Had a couple of goals Couple of injuries. Christensen knock just after Swansea's third. Xavier Benjamin earlier in this half. And of course, a couple of substitutions too. So we're not done yet here at Leckwith. 4-3 to Cardiff City. It's James Kroll once again in the heart of the action, up against Brandon Cooper. Good ball, but offside is given. Semenyo held his line really well, and McFadden just went a little bit too soon. No surprise that Turner just letting that ball run off onto the athletics track, just taking his time.
Yeah, I think Darren Purse will be very pleased with the impact that his substitutes have made this afternoon. They made a real difference in helping us turn what was a tough game and a tide we were really struggling to do so, and to switch it around. And absolute full credit to them, to the 4 players we've seen come on. And we're just re-watching this Lee goal, and that is struck to perfection. You can see the celebrations as well. That's what you want to see. It's got to matter, and it really does to these lads, as you can tell by that celebration.
Fantastic stuff. A minute and a half of stoppage time played. Kroll goes up with Williams for that one, as Conte's down here. Colwell's playing on. Not sure he's seen his teammate on the deck, but it's a great run from Joel Colwell, and he's won a free kick. Not entirely sure on that call, but Raheem Conte, this is not looking good for him.
No, it's not. And yeah, you're right. I don't think Joel saw his teammate on the deck, but he has done incredibly well.
He just slipped. You see on your picture there, Conte. And that looks like he's holding his groin. Completely innocuous, no challenge. And it's, well, I mean, I don't think it's a free kick either, but we will take it at this stage of the game as the lads come in for a drink and a chat with Darren Purse. 2 minutes and 20 seconds over the 90.
We might be seeing 10 men apiece for the final few moments here, because as you say, Conte's still down and no subs remain. Well, no outfield subs remaining, just Jake Dennis on the bench for City.
Yeah, I don't think Jake Dennis will fancy getting his shin pads on and playing in midfield for the final few minutes. Thankfully, Raheem Conte is up and walking. Because when he went down, that did look quite nasty.
It did.
Now, James Kroll can do the sensible thing here and make a little run into that far corner and just keep the ball in there.
I mean, there's no one in the box. I wonder if Lee fancies this. So it was that temptation, and like you said, the right decision, run it to the corner, run it to the corner, run it to the corner. But when you've just put one in the top corner already, you're like, ooh, could do this again.
He's had one wonder goal.
Yeah.
That'll do, Jack. That'll do.
Put us ahead. We'll
play it safe, sir. Does look like he's shaping up for it, though. Unless he pulls this on the reverse. Jack Lee goes for it. Back comes Raheem Conte, and off Swansea go on the attack. A little bit of space here, but it's a heavy touch. It's a really heavy touch from McFadden, actually. Didn't need to push the ball that far.
The naivety of youth there, though. Run the ball into the corner, lad. I know I was joking about, I didn't think for a million years he was going to try it. And then Swansea go on the counter, and thankfully he's overrun it.
4 minutes played of stoppage time. I imagine there'd be a little bit more added on than the original amount, whatever that was, because of that injury, that stoppage to Raheem Conte. Semenyo with Lloyd for company. Pops it back to Turner. Does well to send that one long. Not long to go, you think, here. Joe Thomas plays it down the line for the impressive Cottrell. He's had a good game in Swansea's midfield this afternoon. Turns well there. Colwell trying to put the challenge in, and does, but Turner reads it and gathers it and prevents a corner.
There's a lot of players out there for Swansea that probably don't deserve to be on the losing side today. but it's not going to stop it from happening. And from a Cardiff City perspective, it's not going to stop us from being very, very pleased that we've managed to find a way to win. I was talking about that when it was 3-2, 60 minutes gone, and we were struggling to find a way to break them down. It was all about finding that way through and finding that way through the adversity, and it's what development football gives you that opportunity to do. And thankfully, I'm not going to count my chickens too early, but it's 4-3, and we're in the closing stages of this game now.
Well, 2 penalties, 2 comebacks, a red card, a couple of good tackles, a couple of great goals in Jack Lee. Let's hope it's the match winner. What a game we've had today at Leckwith into the final few moments of it. Still not decided, 4-3 to Cardiff City. But here comes Swansea once again. McFadden on the left. Bodies back for the Bluebirds now. Conte good tracking back. Cottrell on the ball though. Abdullahi back to Williams. Good shape from City here. Swansea going nowhere. Wigley puts his man under pressure and follows, and Kroll doing the same. Forced long. Falls to Lloyd though. Antwi clears. Come on, ref.
Yep. Not far off the 100-minute mark here.
6.5 played. Semenyo has popped into the box. Cooper with a bit of time to turn. I think that came off his hand. Kroll could have put his body on the line there. In it goes.
Oh, he had
and
to
Xavier
get there.
Benjamin,
It's
excellent
fantastic.
defending. He's taken a whack for his troubles, and a free kick's been
absolutely.
awarded.
That one's going to hurt, and the two of them have taken an absolute whack, but Swansea score if he doesn't do it. They really do.
And sometimes that's what it takes to
Absolutely.
win a derby. Doesn't matter how many you score, you've got to stay strong in those moments. The ball comes back across to this near side. I think Kroll expects it to run for him here, and it just doesn't quite meet the striker. Good ball into the box from Thomas. And back to goal, eyes on the ball. Xavier Benjamin, credit to him, excellent defending. The clock ticks on, 7.5 minutes of injury time played. We might even get a minute or two more after this latest stoppage. Cameron Antwi, Jay Semenyo just asking the referee how long we've got.
How much longer can there be, ref?
You'd think we're nearly there. Again, let's hope that these two both sat up now. The two captains have had a couple of battles this afternoon. Let's hope they're both able to continue for the remainder of this agonisingly long stoppage time. Well, it is a free kick to City. Let's not forget that. Back on the 6-yard line, or near enough to it. Cooper and Benjamin both heading for the sidelines, but thankfully only momentarily. They'll be back on. Cottrell and the referee just having a little conversation there. Looked to me either a 2 or a 3 indicated, so as we approach the 100-minute mark, we may have a couple more. Back on come the two centre halves, and on we play. Good header from Semenyo. Nervy moments here at Leckworth, but this is where it matters. See this one out, clear those balls. Good start by Jeffries, wins the initial header. Wigley putting pressure on, Wigley winning that ball, get to that corner, Morgan.
Option, James.
Here goes Wigley, great tackle, and he's won a corner out of it, that's brilliant.
Yeah,
James Kroll not happy, but I think with the result in mind, Morgan Wigley's done the smart thing there.
Completely agree. And there
it is. What a game we've witnessed this afternoon. It's a South Wales Derby victory, another South Wales Derby victory for Cardiff City. Under 18s, under 21s and women's team all doing the business against the Swans. That had a bit of everything, didn't it, Sam? Penalties, red cards and a great goal to win it from Jet Li.
It did, absolutely, and it was for anyone that came down here or anyone that tuned in on YouTube, hopefully you've thoroughly enjoyed the game as much as we have. It's a battle, and like we spoke about a few times, you had to find a way to win it. I think Swansea they are hard done by coming away with a defeat here, but a little bit of quality from Jeffries and a little bit of quality from Lee after that double from Kroll early on have got Cardiff City over the line, and that's what it's all about. We said it's all about development and getting players into that first team, and it really is, but you've got to win the derby games at every level because it just adds a little bit of more buzz to the place, and thankfully we've managed to do that today.
Well, a game of 3/3 really. City starting really, really brightly. 2 goals up. Swansea dominate that middle third of the game, either side of the break, pull it back to 2-2 and then get the third. And they look in real control. And then for the final 20 minutes or so, those changes made by Darren Pearce in shape and in personnel. Tom Davis, excellent when he came on. Isaac Jeffries with a leveller. And a great goal from Jet Li. We'll leave you with the second half highlights, but it has finished here in a Cardiff City victory in the South Wales Derby. Cardiff City's under 21s 4, Swansea City 3.